Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far and a great trading session. Also want to thank HKM Ghost for subbing. Welcome to the family. You did it like maybe 2 minutes ago, right before I got on stream. So thank you. Thank you. So yeah, we're flat right now. We've been kind of in this consolidated area for a few minutes now. I did have one trade that I attempted to take here, but it took TP before EMEs, took profit before entry. And then I had one trade up here that I sat out of. Don't really ask me why. It's so much easier for me to see this setup when it's like the opposite way, like we're going for a buy and the current trend is a downtrend. I don't know why, like it's just gonna take some getting used to, I guess. And I'm pretty sure those were the only setups that I had. I marked this one, but I still don't really know about that one, but I think that's it though. So yeah, just waiting on the next setup. We finally got the breakout, which is good. Finally got it, except it looks like we might be going right back down. When you look at a 5-minute chart, this is what it looks like. The other zone was drawn about right here or so, somewhere up in there. No, the other zone was drawn down here. So we've kind of just been going back and forth with these wicked candles. And that's kind of where we are at the moment. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? We got a little bit to discuss. I'm gonna wait for some of our other people to come in. Applejack, Chanel, Amelia, Predator, NinjaTrader. I'm waiting for all of them guys to come in because we got a little bit to talk about. Good morning, Janelle. You're trading terrible? Well, looking at a 5-minute chart, I understand, because you don't use any other chart time frame, right? You only use a 5-minute. Also, I did forget to, I was so busy going and doing all my trade zealous stuff. I imported all of my trades. I've categorized everything from, or categorized and tagged all the trades from August 30th to October 3rd. And then I stopped because October 4th is when I started this new simplified version of my strategy. So because of that, I had to stop so I could redo all my playbooks, which is not fun. So I didn't have time to go into that other mod chat and ask about the 4-to-1 thing we were talking about yesterday when it comes to breaking even, but I am going to get to it today. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't like so caught up in what I was doing that I wouldn't be able to respond back to them fast enough. But there's a lot to talk about because there is some extra things, I guess, coming to Apex that many of us were not aware of, that was released in a video from the guy who interviewed John a couple weeks ago. He revealed some information in a new video, and I'm like, well, why the fuck we didn't know about that? There's some FTT stuff that is a hot ass mess. But yeah, we're gonna get to it though. Good morning, NinjaTrader. How are you this morning? Good morning, Applejacks. How are you this morning? No A+ setups for me. Everything's choppy. I'm not surprised. Did we have news today? We had some medium impact at 7:30, but y'all know I only pay attention to the news that happens while I'm actually on this chart. I'm gonna give Amelia a couple more minutes. If she's not here in a couple more minutes, we just gonna discuss, and if we gotta rediscuss when she gets here, we will. But some very interesting things that I saw yesterday. Yeah. And it kind of makes sense. So one thing we were discussing in one of the mod channels was how, like, was it the email? No, it wasn't the email. It was Ricardo's post in the official Apex Discord when he announced the 80% off sale. Some of the verbiage that was used, it was like, I don't know, it was almost like bad things are coming. I don't know. We literally discussed it. I promise y'all we did. Actually, I'll tell you the exact verbiage that we used. Let me see. I will tell you exactly. So, yes, it was kind of like a get in now before we make it worse verbiage that was kind of used, because he was using certain phrases like, don't let the new rules catch you off guard. And it's like, I thought the new payout stuff was a positive change. So it definitely reads like this is not a good thing. So, yesterday, again, watching, I don't know the guy's name, but he, like I said, was the one who interviewed John for that like 2-hour interview. And there was I think he said he got like 20,000 views on it. And he was just saying how there was like a lot of people who were mad about the video and things. And for me, when he started off basically declaring that he's been friends with John for a little minute, I didn't expect much, because I don't expect someone who's friends with the person they're interviewing to ask the real questions that actually matter, right? So I didn't really expect much. However, I will say that it was, I guess you could say, somewhat of an eye-opener, seeing the way that John kind of explained some of the scams and schemes that were going on. Because remember the first time when he put out the 17 hours worth of videos, he did show, the charts that you'll see in the Apex dashboard and how crazy it can get with some of these people, but he didn't like go into showing how the per trade thing. So that was good information to know, that they look at the 4-to-1 stuff, whatever, on a per trade basis. However, outside of that, I didn't really expect much. Well, he just put out a video called, I think, the Aftermath or something. And he was showing the YouTube analytics that came from it. But he also was saying that, first of all, he was suggesting, okay, the new thing that's going to be coming out soon is that when you start your day, at 6 p.m. when the market opens, when you start your day, let's say with $4,000 in profit on your account, you haven't taken a trade yet. That's just your total profit on the account. There's going to be a rule in place. It's a soft rule, they claim. There's going to be a rule in place where you cannot go more than, he said, 30% in drawdown of your total profit. Now, he said it's a soft rule. They're not going to like close your account, cancel your accounts, like anything like that. However, if you continue to break that soft rule, they do have the ability to either basically put you on probation or get you up out of there. First of all, he then goes to say, like, I suggested that it should be 10%. You should shut your mouth. What? And I get that he's been trading for a long time. He doesn't like how people are using prop firms for basically as casinos and all these other things. And he thinks that people should trade prop firms like it's their real money. Although I do agree to a certain extent, I don't feel like it's your job or even Apex's job to do that. Like if you put so many rules in place. Now, I'm okay with, I kind of am okay with the whole 30% consistency thing if you have built up a certain buffer, because it does kind of make sense. Like if your true goal is to move people to live, there are certain things that should be put in place. Now, should it be put in place from the beginning? Probably not. I don't think so. But once I get to the point of you're having pretty good, consistency and profit and things, and I am looking for you to go live, I have no problem with them kind of making things a little bit more strict based on how they want you to trade in their live accounts. Okay, I have no problem with that. But to suggest to them to make this a 10% thing is a little insane, and I think you should stay in your fucking place. Because what? So yeah, that's something that is being talked about, I guess, and is gonna be a thing. And I just think it might be just a tad bit extreme, but at the same time, because of how they are looking at things on a per trade basis, and people are going so far and draw down, you know, $2,000, $1,700 to close $100 in profit and things like that. I guess it's kind of on board with what they were already doing, or what they've started to implement, I guess. But yeah, but I also feel like if you're going to do things like that, we'll see if a new dashboard or something comes into play when they, you know, do this rework of the payout rules, because I also feel like there are certain things where, like, if you're not going to have those statistics on my dashboard, you shouldn't be monitoring shit that I can't monitor my damn self automatically with your dashboard. I should not have to like calculate these things myself while I'm trading. That's just me personally. That's how I feel. It would also be nice if they had some kind of live updated dashboard. I forget what company it is that has the live dashboard now. It's one of the newer companies, maybe Profit Trade, I don't think it's Tradeify. One of these newer companies, like, you see the trades that you're taking in the dashboard, in your back office, in real time, and things like that. So if you're not going to have something like that, I think there are certain rules that you should not be implementing, because if I can't track it the way that you can track it, why is you tracking it? That's the way I see it. Good morning. I was in Nutty's live. Oh, good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? In other words, start trade. Exactly, Janelle. Like, but again, you know, we talked about why, you know, there are many of us who that is our goal, but there are other people who their goal is not really to go to a personal account. Maybe they know that, you know, their strategy doesn't work that well, and they're kind of just lucking up off of the ability to leverage prop firms. Some people's goal is to trade live with the prop firm. I really don't know why. But it's going to be very interesting, because it does not seem like everything's going to be very peachy on November 1st. But we'll see. We'll see. There's so many arguing with Nutty about Apex right now. Go trade your own account or find another. Exactly. And y'all know there were certain people who were upset when before I was saying the same thing. Like, if you don't like it, literally just go trade your own account. And it's not to, like, I'm not defending Apex by saying that, like, in any capacity. It's just the truth. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. It's okay. It's literally okay. I did, because that's what I want to do. We'll see if this can push through. Please push through. It's stuck. You guys can see at the major level right now. All right, perfect. This is the trade I was supposed to take way back here before I got on the stream, that I was saying, like, it's so easy for me to take this like counter trend trade when we're actually in a downtrend and we're pushing up. For whatever reason, when we're in an uptrend and we're pushing down, my brain just don't compute each time. I don't know, but it's just gonna take some getting used to, that's all. But yeah, really nice trade. I don't know how long that trade was, but it was pretty quick. Let's see, what's today, the 18th? Oh, not executions, trades. All right, 10-second trade, not bad. We're back at the change zone though, so we'll wait. But anyway, their dashboard sucks. Agreed. If your main goal is live traders, you would have a free valuation that you don't get a payout from. But yeah, and I agree. And this is the other thing, like, if you have a clear path to live, like some of these other companies do, right? I'm even okay with you paying for evals and getting paid out through SimFunded, and me using this process to monitor your trades, you know, monitor your performance, and kind of put you in a stair step. So I feel like, you know, if you have the rules as they are in the regular SimFunded, you move people to, like, all right, so let's say that you have to make, I don't know, let's just say 100,000. Let's just say at 75,000, I send you an email, hey, we're now starting to monitor you for live. You know, now you cannot DCA anymore, or DCA with certain rules, or now you do have to keep a buffer. Actually, I don't think the number should be 100,000, but I'm just saying, like, when you are to a certain percentage of the way there, like, hey, we need you to keep a buffer, because obviously if I'm going to move you to live, you need some of that buffer in your account, because you got to have some money to move to the live account, right? But you let people know that, hey, and not in the fashion that they did in that damn live probation email, because that shit sounded terrible. You got to reword that, because it looked like a punishment and not anything to write home about. But I'm okay with, like, there being certain stages, and in each stage you might get a little bit more strict with the rules, because now I'm putting real money behind you, right? And I want you to perform well, because at the end of the day, even when Apex started to impose some of the rules that were already rules that they just weren't imposing because they didn't have enough staff, there are a lot of people who admitted, after they were pissed off about it, they admitted that they became better traders because of some of the rules. So I'm not going to completely shun Apex for some of the stuff that they have done. However, it's the way. What do we talk about? It's not what you do, is how you do it. It's not what you say, is how you say it sometimes. But yeah, just the way that they implemented some of this stuff was a little insane to me. It's a little insane. I know it's so bad. I forgot. Please. Letty's live gets on my nerves. He goes back and forth. Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's just him wanting to keep himself off of the charts. I don't know. I watched him a few months ago. The chat is just out of control. You're green. Ooh, nice. We always talk about the Fridays, baby. The Fridays are a little questionable sometimes. All right, so let's get to the next piece of drama. Fast track. So there's been a lot going on with fast track, right? First of all, let me go into my Discord. I'm just kind of waiting for a setup to happen. So first of all, let me go back. So I had screenshot. Where is it? Okay, so yesterday Scott decided he was not going to be paying people out because they found a lot of flippers and he deemed them scammers and schemers, and he needed to implement processes to make sure that these people do not get paid out. Okay. And he wrote yesterday around 2:00, let me put this in perspective. There's at least $5 million in payout requests from 7 to 10 day flippers alone. Now, we already talked about how we thought it was a little insane that he, you literally in your Discord thanked Apex for implementing the video rule, because that's how you got a whole bunch of people into your company, right? Literally said, really want to thank, or maybe this was on Twitter, really want to thank Apex Trader Fund, and even like tag them, for all the new clients. Video verification is really helping our platform growth. We thought it was insane that he would thank them and then get upset that the scammers and schemers came with it, right? Here is my biggest problem with his, first of all, you're stopping payouts for this. And he said that just had a meeting with our investigations team about how we filter out the gamers so we can continue paying you, the trader, much faster. We think the initial screen not take longer than a few days. Said differently, I'm targeting mid next week to resume automated payout approval payments, if not sooner. I'm committed to regular updates and will provide them. Here is my biggest problem. And I screenshot this and I made sure that I went to the post to make sure this was not photoshopped. So this is a post from May of this year. And I want you guys to read this. He literally says in this post, and you can go into FTT and go find this post yourself unless he has deleted it since somebody pointed it out. Getting to the 5% buffer is only to activate withdrawals. After you do that, make $1 a day for 10 days and keep withdrawing 4K until you're at 0 for all I care. My mans. So I guess it was okay when you didn't care, but now you care. Why do you care now? These people, these $5 million in payouts that are owed to people, they are owed to people because they literally did exactly what you told them is okay to do. That is totally different from Apex, not enforcing something that was already a rule. You didn't have a rule against flipping. You told people publicly it's okay to flip. That's why so many YouTubers were saying, hey, you can make all your money the first payout, build a huge buffer and just flip for 10 days, withdraw some more, flip, because you told them they could. But now it's a problem. How? I'm so confused. It's a hot ass mess. So you have people waiting for payouts for literally nothing. You cannot be upset that these people are doing what you told them it's okay to do. That's insane to me. Exactly. He wanted the revenue. That's it. That's it. You wanted the revenue. You got the revenue. You got the customers from another prop firm that you were so excited to take from them. But now you're upset because they played the game. They're not gamers. You cannot call them schemers, scammers, or bad actors or gamers. You cannot call them that. They followed your lead. So the real schemer and scammer is you, my friend, because you're not paying people for following the rules that you set forth. That's your fault. And I agree with the person who screenshotted, who posted in the group, 5-month-old post, yes. So new rules should be for future payouts moving forward, not going back in time and denying previous requests that were already approved and before the rules were announced. And I follow his rules. I follow his suggestions. It's insane. And anybody who continues to put money over there is insane. You already there. Take them people for their money. I tell anybody. Keep them damn accounts. Keep milking the shit. Don't purposely fail them. No, nothing like that. But if you fail your accounts at some point, don't buy nothing else from them people. Because that's insane. So when you sit there and you're posting the pictures of proof of people who are flipping for an entire month, why does that matter? Somebody tell me. So you had all these people in that group. We talked, I think I showed this yesterday. You had all these people in that FTT Discord going off on people. Y'all are schemers. Y'all are scammers. I can't believe y'all want to get paid out for flipping when we've been trading and doing things the right way and blah, blah, blah. Oh, guess what? They were doing things the right way too. All of them deserve apologies. Like what? Because now you got to pay 40 accounts time. Exactly. And now you're mad. The platform that will be gone tomorrow. I think their customers should be very... Absolutely, Janelle. I 100% agree. First of all, again, I don't think the straight to fund it is great for people who feel like evals are a waste of time, all of these things, whatever. However, if you have an eval and it's a one-day pass, who cares? You're not losing time. It really only matters with props who are like still on the 5-day rule and a 7-day rule. Like you still got to pass it and flip all those days. Like, so I don't see the problem with the eval process, especially because let's be real here. There are a lot of people who pass evals trading news who don't have sound strategies, who don't have strategies with edge, and this is how they keep going through evals and PAs, because they really got to PAs in a way that they shouldn't have to begin with. Why not use the eval and trade it the same way that you would trade a PA? Are you going to lose a little bit of time? Absolutely. Or if you have a strategy with edge, still trade your own strategy. Don't trade news. Trade your own strategy, but multiply the contracts. What's wrong with that? Straight to fund it is cute, but one-time payments are not. You have to have some kind of recurring revenue. You have to. You got to. There are people over there who literally stop trading their accounts as they should, because they're still waiting on payouts for a month. There's a guy in there that was like, I put my, not to say he put all his money into FTT, but he was like, you know, I stopped trading other prop firms, you know, and I make money, like trading is how I live, but I've been waiting on a payout from FTT for a month. And guess what, baby? You're still going to be waiting, because until they get new customers, again, most of the people who went over there are people who were already profitable. You're not going to have an unprofitable person pay for $20, $179 accounts, $499 accounts. You're not going to do that. So you're going to be waiting, because where is the new revenue coming in if you have profitable traders over there who are not losing their accounts, who have nothing to pay for? Come on now. Terms of service, the only thing not allowed was hedging, and that's it. And that's the other thing. He been talking about how he wants to be some, like Amelia said, $1 billion public hedge fund. Shut up. I know a finesse when I see a finesse. I looked at their shit one time and said, exactly, Trenches. Like I said, there were a couple of people who were trying to encourage me to get accounts, and at first I was like, oh, I'll probably get like a little $25,000 account, just one. But there was just always something in me that was like, something ain't right in the water, something ain't right. And then when I saw him call that person a nigga and start talking about EBT and food stamps in regards to that nigga, I said, oh, my intuition, it never steers me wrong. So it took me 7 days to pass Apex slow and steady. Exactly, Amelia. Like, there are evals that I've had before I, you know, canceled all the rhythmic ones because I needed TradeAvate. There were accounts that I traded, like my evals, for 40 days. And guess what? For me, that was, it was like a pat on the back to myself, because, all right, it let me know, like, although I'm red and all these other things, like, I know that my strategy is getting better than it was before. Because before, I needed 4 accounts. I needed a new account to be renewing every single week, because I'm failing them, and I got to make sure I have a brand new one the following week. So when I got to the point where, like, oh shoot, all we need to do is get back to full drawdown, which is only going to take a couple $100s, I'm like, oh, that's why when I canceled all the rhythmic accounts, I only have the TradeAvate account. I got one TradeAvate account and I have one Top Step account. That's it. That's it. This eval that I have right now, I've been trading for 19 days. 19 days. I'm not bothered. Now, obviously, if I stop sitting out of trades and shit, this wouldn't be a problem. But still, I'm not bothered. I'm not in a rush. I am somebody who believes in building on a solid concrete foundation and not quicksand. I don't care about getting there the fastest. I care about not cycling through PA. That's it. That's it. Trading all the firms plus personal. Yep. He gonna need food stamps. Exactly. Certified clown. I'm not a racist. I was just trying to provoke that person to come to my house like they said they were going to. What? You was just saying how this person threatening your family had your family in fear of their safety, you in fear for your safety, but you're going to provoke someone to come to your house when you already are fearing for your safety. No, you a racist pig, and it's that simple. And then the person was white. Oh, you thought the thug that was threatening you was black. Those thugs. Like, shut up. Oh, exactly, Janelle. Oh, this is, let me tell y'all something. I know a rug pull when I see one. This, something in the milk ain't clean. It ain't right. It ain't right. It's just not. Y'all, I'm waiting on us to either create an uptrend or we gotta trade below the change zone down here. That's what I'm waiting on. Last night I was looking at all the trades where, like, I told y'all I've been trying to figure out, like, all right, when we are trading in between zones like this, once we break down and we are clearly rejecting the downtrend, I was trying to figure out how to trade in here. There was nothing that was consistent so far, so for now I'm just gonna sit out of it. So we gotta break either way. And it makes sense that there's no consistent setup that works when I'm in between zones, because technically this is a choppy area, and unless I want to trade ranges, you know, trading at each of the zones and going down, like taking a sell here, going down there, taking a buy here, there's no point. So I'll just be patient and wait it out. Exactly, Janelle. Exactly. Like, I get having a nest egg. You should always do that in a business. But for you to have $3 to $4 million sitting there, you claim that you have, I thought, and I did misquote the other day when I was saying from the Kelly Ann video, for whatever reason, I thought he said he pulled in $350,000 a day. The screenshot, I think, says 750, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, you owe people. You are behind. You are in debt. You are in debt. And it's so funny because in different discords, people who are waiting on payouts are like writing in the main chat, hey, somebody go buy some FTT accounts so I can get my payout. It's so sad. But I mean, it's literally ridiculous. I would get my payout and not take any more. If they don't have an inactivity rule, I wouldn't take another trade until they are caught up. But even then, if they catch up, it's because people have paused their trading and they cannot take more payouts. And as soon as all these people get paid out and they start trading again, he's going to get behind again. Because I just don't see, especially with all of the negativity that is on social media platforms because of people waiting, I don't see new customers going over there. Like, there's no way I'm going to see all these people talking about they've been waiting for a payout for a month. There's somebody that's been waiting since September 2nd. And I'm supposed to, oh yeah, let's go over there and go buy some accounts. The fuck? Hell no. 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 But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. When I saw that person post what Scott said, I said, oh, buddy, you done fucked up. Let's see. We will have our detection scripts completed by end of day. Here's what will happen. If you were flagged as a habitual flipper, you will be asked to continue trading for 10 days. If not a flipper, you will get an email over the weekend with your estimated buy date. Maybe it's pay by date. Payouts will continue in the meantime, and we will be working from oldest to newest using manual approvals first. More updates to follow. Thank you. Oh yeah, let me show y'all this meme somebody posted because I thought this was hilarious. Somebody posted this. Apex, did you get rid of the scammers and schemers? Yes. What did it cost? Nothing. FTT took them off our hands. Like what? And then look. Look at this. This is Kevin Hart, the help me nigga. Because the Rise account has $0 in it. Oh my gosh. Those people over there are so funny. It's so funny. Hey, he wanted them. He got them. So yeah, I guess they will restart payouts sometime soon if their script is done in time. I still think it's some fuck shit if you ask me, but you know, what do I know? Was that no, it was not. 98.25. Wait, what was that? 88.25. I mean, we're literally just bouncing. We've been bouncing between zones all freaking day. Look at the excuse me. Look at the 5-minute chart, y'all. Now remember, I told you guys when we were like around here, there was a zone here and like up here or something. It was bouncing between there. We had our little breakout, we come back down, now we're bouncing between zones again. Let's see if we can break through. This will be a pretty nice breakthrough, but we might have some level of resistance up here though, or support. When I say resistance, I mean like price will resist continuing down. All right, we got the breakthrough. Let's lock that level there. Not what I'm looking for just yet. Got a zigzag change. Please don't go back up there. I beg of you, I'm ready to trade. So I think today I only had what, 1, 2, 3 trades so far. 4 if I count that one that I'm a little not sure about. And 1 was a no fill. The other 3 were winners. Oh yeah. The scammer is scamming the scammer. That's gonna be my new thing. Scammers are scamming the scammer. 320. Good job, TT. Y'all, we're heading back into the freaking zone. Oh yeah, so yesterday, y'all, when I was journaling, I was so confused because I don't know if you guys remember, but one of the trades that I was in that won on my leader, I heard stop filled on my follower. So even though like I don't have a chart open with any of the followers, but you know, NinjaTrader will still make the sounds because the orders are there even though I can't really see them. But anyway, so I was confused. Thankfully the stop was a break even, which I kind of heard, like I have a cha-ching sound when my stop loss is moving up, like the auto trail or whatever. So when I journal and I'm going through and I'm looking at all the trades that I missed or didn't take, or even if I'm looking at the trades that I did take, I always look at my King Renko chart where I could see inside the bar. And so I'm like, how did that trade break even? Because it broke even 15 ticks in profit and my new setting is 17 ticks in profit. I'm confused. Well, here is where I messed up. In the NinjaTrader ATM, I did have the stop strategy set up correctly where the profit trigger 17 ticks in profit puts the break even 1 tick in profit. However, I had a second step in the auto trail where it said 15 ticks in profit, move the stop loss to break even. And that was because of my old setting of the 15 ticks in profit, move the stop loss to break even. I basically had it in 2 different places in my ATM to make sure that shit moved. So yeah, I basically screwed myself out of extra profit yesterday. On the leader account, I had 2 wins, 0 losses, and a break even. On the follower account yesterday, I had a take profit, 0 losses, and 2 break evens. All 3 of those trades, if I had my ATM set up properly without that second step, all 3 of them would have been wins. Just slow. But I fixed it. That's all that matters. But I definitely was confused, like, how did this even happen? So yeah, I fucked it. but it's fixed now. It's fixed. And I think I am going to stick to the 17 ticks. Initially, I was thinking about an all or nothing because, like trenches, I'm afraid of this whole break even thing messing up my risk to reward. However, I should have way more wins than losses or even break evens. Break evens should not happen that often based on the way this strategy is set up now. So we'll see what happens. Also, as I was going through yesterday and I was importing my trades into TradeZilla, you know, tagging all of them and things like that. And part of the tags, like the way that I have my tags set up, I have like what's the volume pattern of the swings. I have at the time like where the POC is, what the volume looks like in it, you know, if it's a trap, whatever. And then I have like one of the categories for tags is levels. So like, did we wick off of the VWAP? Did the VWAP go through the body of the entry candle? Did we wick off of a support or resistance level? And then I also have a category called P level or previous level, meaning if I get into a sell here, was there any level that the previous bar reacted off of? You know, let's say the VWAP was where my yellow line is right now. So on that particular trade, I would put that the previous bar reacted, you know, wicked off of the VWAP level. I'm very thorough. But it was crazy because going through my journal, my physical journal, and tagging all of these, I'm like, oh my gosh. Order flow was great, don't get me wrong, but the things that keep me out of trades now with the simplified version of this strategy, I was taking so many of those trades before. It was insane. And I told y'all, like when I was taking trades before, like it would irritate me because most of my setups that were winners were trades that I sat out of. So annoying. But it was just crazy to see like how everything is going to evolve, even going into my playbooks and seeing how very detailed they had to be based off of different parameters and different parts of the trade. All of that stuff is reduced so much. So hopefully today I have the energy after trading to go ahead and finish putting my playbooks together so that the all the other trades that I have taken so far since October 4th, I can go ahead and categorize those, and then now I'll just make it a habit of once I'm done doing my physical journal each day, I'll go through into the online journal, attach my screenshots, because even though I haven't been journaling in the online journal, I do still have that indicator attached to my chart where it takes screenshots of all my trades on entry, and it's supposed to do exit as well, but it don't really do that. But yeah, I'm able to just go back, attach everything, and kind of go from there. You're glad I fixed it? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because I was like pissed. Like I was really confused. And I kept looking at the ATM like, what is causing this? And I looked at that second step. I said, mother. Only 360 in top step accounts, 240 in elite. I will take it, done for the day. I love it. I love it. Congratulations. Today has been not the most horrible, but the price action this week actually was not that bad. Oh yeah, I did tell y'all that yesterday I was gonna go through and look at the trades from Wednesday since I was not able to trade from being in jury duty. Oh, I was looking for this pen. It was inside of my all right, let's go and look. So Wednesday, oh, I didn't go through and hold on. Wednesday actually helped me to fix one of my strats. What did I do for? I forgot. That's one. I go through with like a green pen and put a check mark next to the trades that are valid. But yeah, Wednesday, there was some trades that some counter trend moves that I would have taken that would have lost. And based on that, that helped me to basically realize that with a certain counter trend divergence, my oscillator has to match in each part of the swings. Whereas on a different one, it does not have to match at all. So, let's see, those are valid. There was actually a lot of setups on Wednesday, and it's funny because Apex, Applejacks was like, man, NQ is crazy today. And when I was looking at Alpine and Nutty streams on Wednesday, like I said, it was really spotty because of me being in jury duty. But I was like, man, the 1 and the 2 minute charts look great, but I never looked at the 5 minute chart. I had a lot of setups that day, a lot. Let me see. Double or let's see. That's a trade. That's not. This is. That is. This is. And. I don't know about that one. All right, so Wednesday would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins, 2 losses, and a break even. 8, 2. Yeah, there was like 11 setups on Wednesday. As far as the 2 losses go, there's literally nothing I could do about it. It just would have lost. I don't really think it's anything that I can prevent. There's one thing that I do want to look at with one of the losses, which it was just a regular pullback. It was a sale, but it wicked off of the prior low and the major support level, which I already looked at trades that happen at the opposite major support and resistance levels, meaning I'm selling at the major support, buying at the major resistance. And I couldn't find any correlation of losses at all. But I did not look at doing it at the highs and lows, which I still don't think that's the problem either. So I think those losses would just be losses and it's okay. But like I was telling my friend yesterday, what's most important to me is having enough opportunities. I might not take every single trade. I might miss them. I might question them, as I'm getting used to not having to be so complicated with things. The most important thing to me is having enough opportunities and having enough wins to be able to cover the losses. So even if, let's say, out of the 8 wins, I missed 4 of them or I questioned 4 of them, being 4 and 2 is still not a bad day, right? The only goal is to just get to $200 a day. That's it. That is it. Wednesday was whack. Applejacks is standing on that. Yeah, there would have been a lot of good trades that day. And I ain't gonna lie, I was like, yeah, I think it's time to quit jury duty. It's time, my child. It's time. No, I want to continue on. Only because, I have actually been enjoying myself ever since I spoke up and was like, you motherfuckers are asking stupid questions and they're very irrelevant and you're prying. It has not been that bad. It has not. This Wednesday, we actually got to lunch on time and we ended up ending actually a little bit early, but that's because they canceled maybe 6 or 7 cases. But she did say that we are going to be loaded next week. So, yeah. So I'm just going to stick it out. They're supposed to have a luncheon for us towards the end of the session, which should be pretty nice. I think I told you guys that last week we met the head prosecutor for St. Louis County, which was cool. I know a lot of people in St. Louis are pissed off at him because of political reasons. He basically is a Republican that was running for Congress, told the Democratic candidate who was already in Congress that he was not going to run against her. He ended up running against her, and I guess some organization put millions of dollars behind him to get him to win and all of that. So a lot of people are up in arms about that. I'm not into politics. Not to say that I don't care about politics, but I'm not into politics. It just kind of is what it is. So from the Congress standpoint of whatever happened, that's shady as hell. But just being able to meet the head prosecutor was really nice. He's a pretty cool guy, very laid back. He was thanking us for what we were doing, and he said that normally he is there at the a luncheon at the end of the session, but he doesn't know if he's going to be able to be there because he's getting sworn into Congress and has to go through like orientation and stuff. But I didn't know that we would have a luncheon. And then they had told us in the beginning that we would be able to tour the crime lab and also tour the jail. And we just found out that that'll be next month. So I was like, damn, I can't quit now. I actually want to tour those. But then she also kind of made it seem like we wouldn't be able to tour the crime lab. We would just be having the crime lab come in and do a presentation. Girl, I don't want to sit through no presentation. I want to see what's up. So I don't know, but that was pretty cool. But yeah, this past week, it was like a lot of open and shut cases. Like there's just so much that gets caught on camera. It's insane. There are people who will literally commit crimes inside of their own homes knowing that there's cameras everywhere. And even people who commit like crimes in public, there are cameras everywhere. But I love the open and shut ones. They're like, oh, we have it on video, you guys want to see it? Or they'll have pictures of certain stuff, and certain stuff I'm like, no thanks. We don't need to see that. What time is it? Oh, I can drink again. Excuse me. Okay. Would you finally like me to trade, Mr. Market? No, you would not like me to trade. What the hell? Every time we try to break out, we go right back in. And like once we create the new structure, like the new bias, I don't like taking any trades that touch it. I just don't. I'm quite sure that some of them are still valid, especially like a regular pullback. Definitely do not take divergence trades if it touches the zone. Some of the pullbacks are okay, but I just try not to take any of them at all, to be honest with you, especially like once they pull back further than my minor half trend. It's no point. It's no point at all. Guys, give me one second. Interesting way to trade, Daniel. Wait, who psychos Applejacks? Because we think Wednesday was good price action. We haven't taken out yesterday's low or high. Let's see, 276. Yesterday's low was 276.75. The current low is 320. 50 points above. Let's see, the prior high was 594. Today's high is 523. So about 50 points from hitting that. So basically we are inside of the range of yesterday's high and low by 50 points on each side. That is kind of crazy. Yeah, Daniel, I love Renkos. I don't like anything else. That's all you're gonna see here. That's it. That's all. I will be seeking out some local philanthropy organizations to join this weekend. Oh, nice. Let us know which ones you choose. Let us know which ones you choose and what made you choose them. I really want to get back into doing community service and stuff like that. But my biggest problem is everybody looks like germs to me on the outside of my house. And having an 8-hour day with a mask on is a little crazy. Got out of nursing to get away from it. It's so dangerous breathing in your own CO2 for that many hours a day. I just broke my nail and I don't know. But I don't know about you guys. We when I was in high school, our senior year, we had to do we had to do community service to graduate, and so many people hated it, but I loved it. I loved it. I knew that was gonna happen. That's not gonna work. 457. Nope. This trade's not ready yet either. And we keep creating subsequent week levels as well. So we might have a reversal here. Let's see. Let's see if we use the middle VWAP level to push up. It sucks. I really wanted to take this buy, but I couldn't because I needed this to be, I basically, for this particular divergence, I needed this to be a prime low, which it was not. You can see the prime lows are there. That's not a prime low. But then also because the prime low would have went through the body of the candle, I wouldn't have been able to take the trade anyway. And look at us pushing up off the middle VWAP level. There might not be any more trades for the rest of the session. Let's see. Rent money may be going to the homeless this Thanksgiving. Can't even complain. My aunt fed the homeless every Thanksgiving. Oh, always took us with her. That's nice. Yes, rest in peace to your aunt. I love I love giving back. My biggest thing has always been giving back time. You know, and not to say that giving money to people is a bad thing, but when you have money, it's so easy for you to just throw it at people and feel like you're doing a good deed. And because we do need money to live, obviously that can help some people, but also you can also be helping people to continue down the path that they're on. And sometimes I just feel like it's really nice to show that you actually care. Just throwing money at people doesn't really show that you care. Because let's be real, a lot of people who have money, they do it for tax write-offs, right? But being able to feed the homeless and do certain things like that, like I know people personally who they haven't done it in a couple of years, but you know, during Thanksgiving, they will have, you know, turkeys that they give out to less fortunate families and things like that. And it's just nice to see that people still have morals, people still have certain ethics, and people still care. Because there are a lot of people in the world who just don't care. Unfortunately. Didn't open Discord today, my bad. Nah, Janelle was ignoring you, Trenches. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. I got 15 minutes left. No, no, no. I'll be right back, you guys. Still nothing. I do need to redo my cheat sheet. I got like a bunch of notes on here because I've changed a couple of things. Yeah, I'll do that going into next week. What is that? Oh, thread from something. We just want it to be a chalk fest all day. All day. I knew that little breakout wasn't really gonna do much of nothing. This was the breakout candle, but there was just too much here to push through. Now we're pushing back up again. Choppy Friday. Choppy Friday. But let me share something with you guys, since I probably won't get another trade in. So, wait, did I do all of those? September, yes. All right. Oh, wait. No, we gotta break through some more. All right, so here's my TradeZilla. And I might make a video on this, I don't know, this weekend. I don't know. I'm gonna actually start posting videos at least once a week, just on different topics. Number one, it helps your channel grow. Doing just lives doesn't help your channel grow as much as having like set videos. It will help that my lives are only an hour long now versus being 2 hours. But anyway, so these, now that I have imported everything, this is kind of what my TradeZilla was looking like. I can't remember when I started to trade order flow. I feel like it was this week. I don't know. Yeah, it was this week, because I remember I had a whole bunch of red and break even days, and then I started trading order flow. I started to see a little bit of green here and there. Was still ending most weeks red, but I had more greens, and that was important. So for me, that was progress. Even though it wasn't the exact progress that I wanted, it was still progress. Oh, I probably could have taken that trade. Yeah, I could have. All right, let me show y'all something real quick. I haven't started taking this trade live though, but I have been monitoring it, and it does fit how I want to trade it. So, and then I'll go back to TradeZilla. So when we basically reject the downtrend and we start to move up, if I take a trade using the support of this zone, I basically want the previous bar and the entry bar, because I'm using it as support, to go up. I want both bars to be on the zone. However, I have to make sure that the previous bar is on the top of the zone and the entry bar is on the bottom of the zone. It's really important that that happens. So I don't want something like this, at least for right now. I don't want something like this where like this bar didn't touch the top. So I was waiting on that to happen, which it finally happened back here, literally just now. Everything in this trade set up properly, and you can see that the top of the zone, now this bar went over the entire zone, but it doesn't matter, it touched the top, this one touched the bottom, so we're using the entire zone as a level of support. And I don't really care that we pushed down once we got to the new zone up here that I haven't drawn yet, but I actually would have gotten filled on the trade, and it should be a full winner. Let me make sure. I'll draw it out. Yeah. So I likely would have gotten filled, right? Yeah, I would have gotten filled. I think those two bars actually hit the entry as well. And yeah, that would have been a full win. Did it hit it? No. No, those two bars actually came one tick from the entry, but that entry bar I should have gotten filled. Who knows? there was only like 0.2 seconds between the close of the reversal bar and the following bar. So it's just a matter of if the data lag would have been able to catch it in time. But anyway, all right, so let's go back to TradeZilla. So, you know, my green weeks were small green weeks, but I started to make some progress and see some green. Then we had a red week here. This was the last week of me trading order flow. I started trading the simplified version that I'm trading now with just strictly volume on the 4th. And did I not trade on the 8th? I feel like I did. I don't know why there's nothing there. But either way, you guys can see that first week was all reds and a break even basically. And then this is this week. So green this entire week. Obviously Wednesdays are going to be missing for a while, and we're green so far today. So being able to see that progress is really nice. And one of the things that I'm going to do as I continue to trade with this simplified version, because I did not delete the old trades, is I'll be able to filter through and look at a specific setup and see the progress that I've made with that particular setup by, you know, switching to order flow and then going from order flow just back to strictly trading volume. So yeah, it's really nice seeing green in my TradeZilla. Very, very nice. All right, this is the new zone. I got 8 minutes left to trade. I highly doubt I get a trade in, but we might. Let's see. But now I feel like I got to keep the green streak going for this week, so I don't know if I want to take a trade if it sets up. We've been chopping all day. All day. Let's see. But yeah, that was a perfect way to rotate over that zone and use it as support. This one way to protect this week's game. Yeah, I think I might protect it. The screen every day this week, right? Yes, Amelia, it has been. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's been really nice. And it's nice to know that that even though I sat out of a lot this week, I still was able to be green each day. Now going into next week, what's gonna be most important is taking every trade. And y'all know that's always been my thing, because even in the process of me trading order flow, but I'm somebody who sees the silver lining in things, and I see like I can pull something positive out of almost anything except like harming people or things, animals, whatever. But for me, like, I see things as I'm grateful that the order flow version of this didn't pan out the way that I wanted it to, because had it panned out the way that I wanted it to, had I been taking every setup as it was coming, because again, most of the setups I didn't take were winners, I would have never transitioned to this simplified version, right? Because why would I change something that's working? I wouldn't. So I'm actually grateful for it not working out. Also, in the midst of me trading that way, it made me pay attention to certain things that allowed me to switch back to this more simplified version of the strategy. Because there were certain things that I started to pay attention to. Like, I literally have a tag with, like, if let's say I'm looking for this pullback and this swing is less than this swing here, I had a tag for that. I started to pay attention to that when I started trading order flow. I was not paying attention to that before. So I see the positive in not succeeding with that particular way of my strategy. I see nothing but positive, because also, y'all know, it used to stress me out, like seeing things move so fast, and it was just a lot. So now I have to spend this weekend really uncomplicating my brain, because legit I'll sit out of stuff because I'm still remembering old rules, or like, oh, I couldn't trade that before, now I can, right? So yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice, and I'm very happy. It's just crazy that I was trading this way in May. But like I said, when I went back and looked at my cheat sheet for May, I'm like, this is why you struggle trying to put this together, because I was trading this way from January 1st, when I first started looking at volume, until May. And for those 4 months, I struggled putting something together that was consistent, but I was missing key components of things. I was missing like there's probably like 2 or 3 very, very key components that I was missing that would have made all of this work months ago. But again, in order for me to find those key components, I had to switch to order flow because it made me pay way more attention to things. Just is what it is. And I'm probably like eventually, probably after I get my first payout, I am going to make a video about like how my strategy kind of transformed over time, showing the strategy like in different phases, and like, yo, when I first started out, this is what I was paying attention to, and then I incorporated the point of control, and I didn't want to see what was in there. I didn't even want to see the profile. I just wanted to see exactly where the point of control was, and that was it. And then we transferred over to order flow and paying attention to who's in control of the point of control. Is it a trap? Looking at delta eventually, like, and all these things, just for me to come back to just look at the volume of the swing. Just look at the volume of the swings. I don't know. I feel like starting then last Friday or 2 weeks ago, I feel like I was already looking at the oscillator as well, because with the it's the price action swing pro that paints my zigzags and the higher lows and higher highs and all that stuff and shows everything, volume and everything, it comes with an oscillator. But I remember when I first started using this indicator like 2 years ago, I could not figure out what the point of the oscillator was, because most times the oscillator matches. So like, let's say that there's 5,000 in, so there's 5,000 in volume in this swing right here, and there's like 749 in here. The number on the oscillator is not 5,000, because it's like 4,900, because it takes the zigzag starts and ends with certain bars, and then the oscillator kind of does things a little bit different. So because they most of the time matched, I was like, I don't need this oscillator. Like, what's the point? Well, I don't know what made my genius turn on, but my genius turned on and said, put the oscillator back on there. And there are literally times where a setup happens. So like, let's say not this particular setup, because on this alternate pullback it doesn't matter since it started with a lower low, but let's say that we started with a higher low here and we go to a higher high and we go to a higher low. So let's say there's less volume in this swing down than the previous one, but the oscillator shows that there's more volume in this swing than this one. I won't take the trade because the oscillator does not match. And guess what? 9 times out of 10 when that happens, that trade will lose. If I never had the oscillator on, I wouldn't have known. But it's so easy to pay attention to the oscillator, which I'm so happy about. Today I started to, like, you know, the little yellow line that y'all see me put on my chart and I move it. I did put one inside of the oscillator so that, like, let's say I just want for the oscillator to surpass another point in the oscillator, like, hey, I want the volume to be more than the volume like 2 swings ago. I'll just put a line there so that I can see when, you know, the oscillator moves up past the line, and then I know to take the trade. I know that we're clear to take the trade. So yeah, good. Bruh, I seen hello beautiful and I was about to say good morning. Y'all, that's my sister. Hi sissy. Why are you awake so early? All right, y'all, that's it for the day. Let me show y'all the accounts. Hi, my sister. My little sister, my little baby. All right, so here's the accounts for today. Only took 1 trade. Obviously, it was a win. So this is where we're at. Under 2,000 to go on the Trade of 8 accounts. And 2,700 to go on the Top Step account. Why is this such? Oh, I remember from the Monday when I was multiplying contracts, there was a trade that didn't take on that one that would have added like $500 more. Go figure. But anyway, we're still at full drawdown. That's all that matters to me. I'm excited. I'm happy about the progress. So since I have started trading since last December, I'm pretty close to the highest my accounts have ever been. I think in evals, well, besides the account that I passed on accident, but in evals, I'm almost sure that the highest my balance has ever been was maybe 51.2. I feel like a $1,200 profit. I feel like it's kind of hard. I would have to go back into my journals and see, but I'm getting pretty close to that, which is very freaking exciting, and I'm happy. Oh gosh, y'all, please do not engage. Disengage. Ari Applejacks is both of our twins. She has so many characteristics of you and me at the same time. Hope everyone is having a beautiful day or night. Girl, you don't even talk like that. Stop. Anyway, all right, so let me also go into the trade performance for the week so I can show you guys that. So it looks like for the week, between the two accounts, there is a net profit of $2,100. And hold on, because I want to share this with you guys. All right, so you can see net profit $2,100. I took 43 trades. Well, not really, because you guys know, like, if I took 4 contracts, most of those trades are going to come from Monday where I have 4 contracts. But NinjaTrader, if it separates them, sometimes like it'll put 2 contracts in one line. Other times I might have gotten filled on one and then like a half a second later got filled on another. So it's not really 43 trades. But look at this number right here. Oh shit, we want white. Look at this. Don't tell me I'm not seeing progress. I'm so happy. It says my average time in the market is 0.22 minutes, which is crazy. That's super fast. But yeah, these are some nice freaking stats. I am excited and I'm happy. Wait a minute. No, we don't need a guest appearance. No, ma'am. Because if I hear that door open, because I'm going to know that it's her. If I hear that door open before 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to lock my door. She's not coming. You will not pop up one day. But yeah, pretty good stats. I'm excited. I'm happy. I thank you guys for tuning into the streams this week. And I thank you guys for all of your support and sticking with me while I was struggling for the last 10 months. But we might be off of the struggle bus. We will see next week. Next week will really let me know if we're off of the struggle bus. Now, I did say that I'm probably going to start trading my Rhythmic account again starting next week, because I did have an all green week, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me just seeing the progress with the Tradeovate eval, I'm kind of wanting to try to get that over the finish line first, because again, I'm not really in a rush. So at least if I can get these 2 evals over the finish line, then I'm not so much worried about that Rhythmic PA, to be honest with you. I just want to get to payouts, and y'all know my biggest goal is to get to payouts on Top Step because it'll be a lot faster. And then, you know, if I focus there, by that time, you know, we're only 2 weeks away from the newer rules with Apex. So I'll see this weekend if I want to start trading that account, but I might. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you, Amelia. Thank you. Thank you. Not hater. I'm weak. Listen, we don't want her here. Not on the stream. She's a fool. Okay. A certified fool. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, shoot. That was too early. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys. Enjoy your weekend and be safe. See you Monday.